Hi, this is Lachelle King, and this is my data protocol. Data protocol is used to guide a group through analyzing data. The following roles are what we'll use to help us focus. The facilitator, timekeeper, and the recorder. The facilitator gives us an overview of norms, just kind of what the meeting is about, assigns roles, gives a brief description of data to be discussed, and answers questions. They also guide us through the meeting and just each step as we go. Timekeeper keeps time throughout the meeting to provide structure, contributes data, and supports the facilitator. And the recorder also contributes data, types up the information for the staff in the minutes. There's 6 steps to analyzing data in my protocol. Step 1 is predictions. Step 2 is exploring the data. Step 3 is identifying patterns and strengths. Step 4 is identifying problems and root causes. 5 is to create a plan, and 6 is to reflect and debrief. In step 1, we're going to make predictions. This is when the facilitator will remind everyone that this is not to reach conclusions. We are just making predictions, and we're going to take about 8 minutes to do this. First, we're just going to individually write down what we think and make predictions based on prior knowledge. When it's time to share with the group, we're going to use sentence stems, I'm wondering, and I predict. In step 2, we're going to explore the data. The facilitator makes it clear that we are looking for relationships that are not obvious. We're going to take about 10 minutes to do this. We're going to look at the data individually without sharing first. We're going to answer questions as we go throughout the data. Those questions will be, what can we infer about the data, and what possible explanations do we have? In step 3, we're going to identify patterns and strengths. The facilitator is going to ask the following guiding questions, and we're going to take about 5 minutes. The first thing that we're going to do is just individually write down strengths and positive trends. Then we're going to talk about what we can celebrate and what patterns are seen in the data. Step 4, we're going to identify problems and root causes. The facilitator is going to just guide this discussion for about 10 minutes. We're going to look at the data, finding what the connections between the data is and what can be done. We're going to use some guiding questions to do that. What are issues with classroom practices observed? What will increase student performance? What can we do from this point? And what data are we missing? In step 5, that's when we're going to create a plan. The facilitator is going to ask for suggestions from the group, and the recorder is going to write down the plan for the in the agenda minutes. This is when an action plan is formed. Next steps for instructional changes, we're going to look at what standards do we need to have a focus on, and are there other materials that we need to be using. When we're setting up this plan, we need to keep 5 things in mind. We need to set a goal. We need to have some steps, decide how we're going to progress monitor, what evidence are we going to have to show this growth, and what is our time frame going to be for this. And then step 6 is to reflect and debrief. We're going to reflect on the conversation that the protocol helped to guide. What can be done next time to make this time more useful, and what additional needs are needed for next time. Teacher reactions, I think initially staff is going to have a difficult time getting behind a data protocol. A vision is really going to need to be cast in order to create buy-in with teachers. Sometimes we're not so flexible. Adaptations are that the data protocol was written in a form that can be used in any subject area. It can be used kind of in this child study team setting. I feel like it can be used in small groups or with the whole staff. The structure of the protocol was set up to guide all educators to analyze the data. And thank you for your time.